Welcome back to part two. This will be the electrical side of the removing the manual throws and installing the tortoise switches. So working on the control panel and getting that set up, and then at the end I show a small electrical box. Actually, I think this was in the last video also. I 3D printed these. It'll be up on Thingiverse. N-scale railroad electrical box. If you search on that, you'll do. The one thing I don't cover in there is at the bottom is 80 thousandths little styrene, and I just cut pieces and glued those onto the 3D print, and that's the way I installed those. So let's get on to the video. I removed all the old wiring for the manual throws for the turnouts. Tortoise switches are installed, and we have completed the wiring. With the manual throws, I was bringing the plus and 12 volts all the way out to the manual switch and then sending that back to the control panel. Now the control panel will be doing the switching of the polarity for the tortoise switch, and we have run that wiring out and everything is completed except for the track power that will provide power to the frog through the tortoise switch. I will do that once we know that the control panel is throwing the switch in the correct position, and then that'll be the last step we'll do, is to connect the track power up. Okay, down to working on the control panel. I'm going to remove the screws, and we've got the last one here. And if you want to see how I do my control panels, I'll try to put a card up in the corner there. Here we are. And I'll go over and put that on my work table. Here's the back side of the control panel, and you can see it's kind of congested with the resistors, LEDs, switches. Good, bad. I did lay a lot of this down with hot glue, but I have found with a little bit of work it really comes up very easy off this plexiglass. So, but where to put the switch? Above the turnout or below the turnout? Probably in this area it'd be good to put it in this area. The other side over here. And also I'd have to look at this one here. You know, do I put them up in here, or I can move this resistor if I had to put them up in this area. So I just have to look at that and get those spotted to where I want to put them. Here we are back to the front side of the panel, and I did 3D print myself up a little bit of a jig here, 1/4 inch hole where I want to install the switch, and these to kind of go over the space it across the LEDs that I already have installed, just to kind of give it a uniform look. Do I want to install it there? Do I want to install them down here? The problem is it puts that switch right in this line here, so I'll probably go up above. And the intention here is to hold this in place, and I'll take the drill and just go down and touch it to clear the paint off. That will show me on the back side where the hose should be placed, and I can clear off the resistors or wiring that's in that area before I drill. Here's the control panel, and I went ahead and took my drill and marked the other side. The problem was, to try to do it on camera, I had to hold this up to a bright light to see where the spot was, and I marked it with a little post-it note on this side to show me if I have to clear the wiring out. Like this one here, I'm going to have to move some wiring here. It gets very congested over in this area here. So
Got a little unsoldering to do, drill the hole and then replace the wiring, and we'll pick it up from there. Like I say, the bad part about this is if it would have done it originally, it would have been very easy and could have kept the wiring a lot cleaner. I'm going to look at this one right here. These wires, that hole's going to be right through this area here. So I'm going to have to remove the wiring from here, shorten this up. The green wires get moved completely because that will be going from the toggle switch over to this point here. And of course this side here will go out. The white wire is going to the Toruouis switch. Here's that area with the wiring cleared away from right in here. And to support that and also keep the wiring away from that, I made a block to go in there and support that area, so when I drill, get that in here a little closer, right there. So I'll tip that board over. That'll give me a little support to drill to. I'm using, like I said, single pole double throw switch. I've actually taken these and I've dipped them in just some red paint to tell them I know that they're throw switches. And that's going to sit right in that area there. And here's the toggle switch installed. And we've got a few more to do here. Let me come back out. So install another one here. We have one here. And I've got two right over on this side. So a couple more to go and then we'll complete the wiring. I have finished wiring the positive and negative voltage lines coming in, and I didn't want to quite do it this way. I like to keep separate colors, but I didn't have anything else except for red and black to really put back here. So these wires here, and they go into here, jumper over to here, jumper to here and around. And it goes to those toggle switches. The toggle switch then will switch that through the bicolor LEDs, and then that will transfer out and go out to the Toruouis switches from here. So I've taken my ohm meter and I've checked and double checked everything. I don't want to burn up one of these LEDs in here. They get to be very hard to replace when you do that. So take an extra minute or two, just check your wiring and go from there. So I'll install the panel and I'll show you what we'll do next. Okay, we're ready to fire the control panel up. I just have it temporarily installed because I want to check and make sure the LEDs are correct. And we turn that on, and what do you know? All of the LEDs are lit. Nothing is burned up. I do notice that the lights are a little bit bright. I'm not sure if I'll correct that or not, but anyway. What I've done is I've set all the toggle switches to be in line, and wouldn't you know it, this is wrong. All I have to do is take and reverse the wiring on the back of the toggle switch here. Anyway, I meant to mention these other toggle switches that are in here, they're for my decoupling, and I use a servo with an Arduino to raise and lower that magnet just slightly, just to keep cars from uncoupling as they run around the track. So, well, I'm going to have to remove the board and swap all my wiring around, and we'll go from there. I've got the control panel sorted out with all the switches, the LEDs following the toggle switch. Then I had to go out and check the turnouts, and a couple of those I just had to reverse the wiring on it to make sure that they were following the control panel. So everything's pretty much wrapped up. I did run into one problem, and it's right here. This turnout has become defective, and I'm going to have to cut that out. I thought about another video, but if you're going to replace a turnout, check out Ron's Trains and Things. He's got a great video on how to do that, and it's N scale. Okay, so I'm going to call this completed. Okay, that wraps up this video. Hopefully I've given you some ideas if you do have to install Toruouis switches after your layouts are already completed. I look forward to the comments, and you have a great day. We'll look forward to seeing you next time.